come out wherever you are. So let's go.
What's the real 607 Binghamton? Your source for Binghamton music. 100% real, raw, and uncensored.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
What's the real 607 Binghamton? Your source for Binghamton music. 100% real, raw, and uncensored.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm the dude. Today we got a special edition of What's Real 607 Binghamton, your source for Binghamton music. So look, there's this cool band called Throw the Fight.
Just because you stop believing.
They're based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. They got signed to Bulletooth Records last year. They got a CD out in Hot Topic called What Doesn't Kill Us. Their new single, Not So Hollywood, is being played on a bunch of modern rock stations all across the country. They're on tour with Nonpoint. The band's comprised of James Clark on vocals, Ryan Baustert on guitar, Jonathan Sutton on guitar and vocals, Kyle Glidden on bass and vocals, and Jeff Baustert on drums. Today we were lucky enough to get Ryan Baustert here with us to give you guys a heads up about the band and also about any secrets Ryan would like to share about the music industry and some advice you can give to our local scene. Ryan, thank you very much for being on our show today. It means a lot to us. We really appreciate being able to act as some kind of musical bridge between your music world and our music world. We hope that you have a lot of fun today. It's your birthday, so happy birthday, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure, dude. And I'd like to introduce you guys. Myself, I'm CJ Wachter. I run What's Real 607, and this is Mike Burrell, owner of Launch Tube Records, Pop Left, and co-founder of East West Experiment. He's going to be here today to join our conversation.
How you doing?
How you doing?
That's nice. That was awesome. How are you doing? Got to keep it short, unlike the politicians.
So you guys are from Minneapolis, Minnesota. You got a new CD out in Hot Topic. Other stores got it online. It's called What Doesn't Kill Us, produced by Atreyu and the Used producer John Feldmann. You guys earned a huge following at shows and online and on tour with Nonpoint now. How does it make you feel now?
Feels great, man. You know, our last album has it's been a long time in the works, so it's good to finally be able to get it out to the people.
That's awesome, man. You've shared the stage with some incredible acts like Avenged Sevenfold, Papa Roach, Seven Dust, Drowning Pool, Buck Cherry. You guys have done Warped Tour. What can you share with us from all of that could like define what it was like for you guys to be part of something so awesome?
I mean, we're blessed, and you know, we're obviously very lucky. But you know, we work our asses off. So I truly believe that the opportunities that have been presented are a direct result of our persistence and work ethic over the years.
Oh yeah, man! It's a DIY world. You gotta do everything nowadays. We're all about that.
Hey, and Mike here. What do you do to promote your songs, Ryan? Like to keep your name out there, and how many members have to deal with like social networking duties on a daily basis or weekly basis to keep your name out there?
Sure. I mean, I'm basically the guy that's doing all the social networking stuff. I'm managing all the websites and doing the mailing list and all that. But at the same time, you know, we also have our label helping out, and we have enough, you know, a team of people that help and do a lot of stuff too. So I'm a graphic designer as well. So I mean, I'm doing all of our artwork. I'm doing all our album design, our merch design. I'm pretty much like the go-to guy for 90% of everything.
Right,
but,
right.
I'm a total workaholic, you know, and I believe that if I'm not the one doing it, then it's not getting done. So I just prefer to like have me do everything.
Yeah, right.
I have a question asked by Tyler Reed from a band called Lila Ignite.
Whoa, don't let it pass by. No, you gotta give it a try.
How do you stay efficient and set yourself apart from other bands that might be similar, and are you happy?
Well, we're definitely happy. You know, I mean, we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't love what we're doing. But as far as being efficient goes, I think it really just comes down to being disciplined. You know, I'm easily online working the band for 10 plus hours a day, in addition to still working, you know, my day job. So it's a good, you know, 60 hours a week that I'm putting in working on the band and helping grow us online and offline and all the stuff that goes along with it.
Right, absolutely, man. It's a lot of work. I'm running a radio station now, and that's crazy work. So what happened after you guys were signed to Bullet Tooth Records? Was that like one of the key elements in creating such a high visibility and the support that you're enjoying now?
Yeah, I mean they've been great. You know, they've played a large part, and they've been crucial in helping get our album out to a wider audience than what we've probably been able to have done on our own. You know, as far as like getting the stuff in actual stores like Hot Topic and Best Buy and stuff like that, you really need a label to do that. I mean, it's pretty much near impossible to get brick and mortar distribution these days. So I mean, you got to have the label doing that stuff for you. So you know, they've done a lot regarding that. You know, regarding press and marketing. You know, but yeah, I mean, we've been around forever too. So I mean, you know, I think we're going on 10 years at this point, and the Bullet Tooth stuff is pretty new for us. We've been working with them for about the last, I'd say year and a half maybe.
Yeah.
Our previous label was an indie label that was owned by Warner Music Group called Cordless, so they put out our last couple of releases as well. So, you know, we were kind of DIY for about the first 5 or 6 years, and then we worked with Warner for another, 3 or 4 years, and now we're with Bullet Tooth right now.
Nice, nice. Now we have a question from Jesse Gillen Walters of a band called Basic Printer.
Give me the time, yeah.
And his question is, where do you stand in terms of your artistic integrity versus crowd pleasing? Like, in other words, when writing and playing music, how are you thinking of the audience? And when writing, do you find that everything comes across from a very personal place, or do you write partially for the audience, or how do you do that?
We don't really write for an audience. All of our lyrical content is coming from personal experiences. You know, our label supports what we do, and we're definitely lucky enough to have a team behind us that believes in our sound. You know, they're not telling us that we need to sound like this or that, or, you know, they're not leaning on us to write a hit song. You know, at the end of the day, we write and play the music we do because, you know, it's what we like to do. It's not what someone else is telling us to do. So, you know, we're pretty lucky to have that, and I know a lot of bands. You know, I think for bands that's a little rare. You know, I mean, it's a little more common in like pop music and stuff like that to you know, to really not have the creative freedom, I think. But
right.
You know, but we're pretty lucky.
Right.
I have a question from Juan Pena, drummer and sound engineer from Freaks of the Forest. He would like to ask, what advice would you give younger bands or artists when dealing with record companies and performance right organizations like BMI or ASCAP?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's definitely one of the first things you want to do. You know, I mean, having a PRO, you know, performing rights organization, you definitely want to affiliate yourself with someone right away. You know, they all kind of have different, you know, pros and cons to them. Myself personally, I'm an ASCAP writer. So I don't know too much about BMI or CFAC or what else is out there, but I've always been with ASCAP, so, you know, you definitely want to affiliate yourself with that. You know, you definitely want to treat it as a business. You know, get your LLC set up and, you know, get Sound Exchange registered. I mean, there's a million things that need to be done that are, you know, honestly not so fun to do, but you know, they're fundamental in growing your career and making a living at this stuff.
Now, can you explain briefly, like, just for listeners who may not be familiar with PROs and, you know, performing rights organizations and publishing, how could this help someone that's just starting out, and how could this help someone that's somewhat established and regional to join publishing or getting yourself affiliated with SoundExchange.com or whatever have you?
I mean, one of the biggest income streams for a musician is your publishing and your licensing. I mean, getting music played on the radio, getting song placements on television and in movies and stuff like that. It's crucial to having, you know, that extra income. And at the same time, it's one of those things where most musicians don't really want to concern themselves with it because it's incredibly confusing. And so a lot of times, you know, you want to sign up with a publisher, you know, and a publishing deal can, you know, the bullet points can be different depending on the type of deal that's offered. But I mean, in a perfect world, you want to keep all of your publishing yourself and have like non-exclusive agreements per se, so that if something does get played, you're getting your writer splits and you're also getting your publishing splits. But like I said, most musicians don't have the time of day to solicit their own music to publishing houses and stuff like that. So
right.
They'll sign over those publishing rights to a publisher who's going to get those placements for them. So we've signed deals, for me personally, where we've had publishing deals that have never placed anything for us. So 100% of nothing is still nothing at the end of the day. And we've had publishing deals where the publisher has taken 100% of all the publishing income, but they've had a ton of success placing tracks on MTV and all that stuff.
Right.
So we weren't necessarily getting the publishing splits, but we were getting our writer's splits, and it ended up adding
right.
to a significant amount. So I mean, it's no matter where you are in your career, you definitely want to do the research to make sure that you're affiliated and your songs are registered, your copyrights are registered, and you've got like all the back end stuff taken care of.
All right, we're going to take a music break. Go grab Throw the Fight, What Doesn't Kill Us, out at Hot Topic and available everywhere else. Mike, do you want to do this one?
All right, this is Mike Burrell from East West Experiment. Up next, we have Drop Clutch, Freaks of the Forest, and Lila Ignite. And here's Mob Day with The Vow on the only station for musicians by musicians. What's Real? 607 Binghamton, your source for Binghamton music.
Let's get it on!
Mob Day, The Vow.
I'm not the one you need, but you're what I've been looking for.
I got a boner.
Drop clutch, one bullet.
It ends here. It ends now.
Whether to take a picture, it'll last longer.
Freaks of the Forest, Bridge Burners.
How far until the end of eternity? Wash up the filth and speak to the ghosts. How long until ending worlds collide? The stars will align and phantoms arise.
He had sex with my mama. Get away from me, bitch.
Lila Ignite. This is not a threat, but a promise.
I am the Savior, yeah, the Messiah. I stand for everything and everyone that you have destroyed. Our hearts have broken, our souls are tortured, but now we'll rise above. All our silent thoughts will be heard. And this is not a threat, one promise that I kept. I'll hold it till the end. I won't look back. Yeah, this is not a threat, one promise that I kept. The fire has been set. I won't look back.
What's Real 607 Binghamton? Your source for Binghamton music. 100% real, raw, and uncensored.
Alright, we're back with Mike Burrell from East West Experiment and Ryan Baustert from Throw the Fight. And me, CJ Wachter, I'm the dude. Now, after you sign up with like ASCAP, say you're on a label too, you're writing music, like in your position now, when you run your online store and all that stuff, like you're running your own business with that, are you still allowed to take, like if you sell a song for $1 off your online store, is that your dollar or is that like a quarter for you?
With us right now, with our label, we have licensed them for a period of 7 years. We did a 3-album deal with them, so it's a licensing deal. It's not like a traditional label deal where they'll own basically all of your music for like the course of a lifetime. You know, we did a licensing deal where they're licensing our new album. We basically funded the album ourselves, recorded it ourselves, and we basically licensed the tunes to Bullet Tooth for a period of 7 years. So so we're not able to like go play stuff because they own our publishing for the next 7 years, you know, and they're recouping off of our sales. So let's say someone buys the record off of iTunes, you know, that money's going to go to the label up front because they're recouping their marketing money and everything like that. You know, so that's, but once that license expires, then the band will be able to relicense that music and put that out there again digitally, and at that point, people will be coming back to us.
Did you get like a balanced exchange with that? Like, are they also supporting how are they supporting the tour, or did you guys get a collection of like different kinds of sponsors to be able to put together the tour or piggyback off of somebody else?
No, I mean, you know, we're getting a small guarantee for every show, and we're just making it work basically. I mean, the label will give us tour support on a case by case basis, but we didn't ask for it on this tour because the non-touring tour is a really short run. So, you know, we're able to fund that on our own, and we really don't need the tour support. You know, I mean, the more money that we ask from them, it's just a big loan anyway. So we're gonna have to pay it back at the end of the day anyway. So, you know, I mean, they're pushing our single on radio, so a lot of the money that they're spending is invested with our radio promoter and with you know, distribution and.
You know, on the tip of promotion and stuff, what's your opinion regarding the positives and negatives of Kickstarter.com or PledgeMusic.com and the like? And you find anything questionable or immoral, like some music people suggest, you know, that it's the fans or supporters that pay the cost of the artist's recordings plus distribution, etc., that we're all talking about. Or are you of the mindset that this is like the new model of revenue that is a freeing thing for those that would more like a company free independence?
Sure. You know, I'm honestly not too familiar with Kickstarter. I mean, I know what they are. I've heard of them, but we've never actually tried to do a campaign like that ourselves. You know, I mean, I guess in this day and age, you know, the way to go is direct to fan. You know, I mean, your bands and artists are trying to bridge the gap, you know, with cutting out the middleman. So if they're able to, offer incentives to fans, and fans are willing to pay for that, and help fuel their careers, then, more power to them. I guess, everyone's got to do what they got to do at the end of the day.
What kind of advice could you give to bands still playing their local bar circuit that might help them reach better visibility or the attention of different record labels?
Sure. Yeah, if the goal of a band is to try and get a deal, they need to realize that labels do not develop artists anymore. Artist development is dead. So you really need to make sure that you are the total package. You need to look like a band, that fits the demographic that you're playing to. Your live sound needs to be killer. Your album sonically needs to be awesome. It's not enough anymore to have great music. I mean, you need to have a history of sales. You need to have radio spins. You need to be touring on your own. You need to have a strong web presence online. And again, it's all stuff that independent musicians can do on their own. They just need to realize that none of this stuff happens overnight, and it takes a ton of work. It takes money, and all kinds of things. But you really have to approach it like, the more that you can look like you don't need the assistance of a label, and you can do this stuff on your own and create a buzz on your own, then that's when you'll notice doors starting to open for you.
Yeah, it's all the stuff that I knew that I was going to have to be when I was a little kid. So, right. Yeah, I've collected a lot of those powers over the years. I'm working on it. Well, this would be a good time to ask you, tell us a little bit more about Decibel Consulting and Design and services some of our local artists might be interested in.
Sure, yeah, Decibel is my company. I went to college for graphic design, and I've been doing that for, I graduated in 2004, so almost 10 years professionally. Most of the stuff that we do is print and web design. We do a lot of merch designs, album art packaging, website design, stuff like that. We also do a lot of social media promotion. I'm basically applying all the techniques that I've used for my band throughout the years, and applying them to other artists and small businesses and stuff like that. And, a lot of the stuff that we do is also outside of our house. We have like a contract team of professionals with music production, video production, photography, law, all kinds of different stuff, licensing. So if someone needs something, they can reach out to us, and if it's not something that we do in-house on our own, we know someone that we can send them to. So we really try and cover all facets of the entertainment industry in one form or another.
I think that we might be able to throw you about an entire town's worth of bands.
Well, there you go, and we also pay out commissions for people who refer work to us, so you'll make a little money yourself too.
Well, I mean, we have our own specialties as well. Plus, we might be able to talk about what we're trying to do as a radio station as well, and maybe you might be able to help us out with some of that. And we'll grease your palms for sure. One hand washes the other.
Sure, absolutely.
So. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, like in reference to your songwriting processes and your inspirations for your lyrics, your titles, with titles like Not So Hollywood, His Blood, My Hands, how do you usually go about your songwriting process, and which couple of songs were the easiest to perform live as well as record, and which was the most difficult to record or to play live?
Sure. Our songwriting process usually starts with myself or John coming into the room with a guitar riff or something like that, and we typically format the song around that, kind of intro, bridge, chorus, verses, and then we end up putting, vocal melodies and lyrics to them after the fact. The song titles, honestly, we really don't put too much thought into them, because the music is really what's important in the song title.
Who does?
We're not too concerned with them, so we usually just, the song titles we're taking them from, a section of a lyric or something like that in it. But, as far as difficulty recording-wise, our new album has a little slicker production, I think. We started recently playing live with some backing tracks, so there's a lot of like string arrangements and piano arrangements and stuff like that.
Right.
In our new album, that wasn't really in the last record. So that was kind of a transition, trying to figure out how to incorporate those elements in a live setting. But it definitely it's awesome. I mean, it definitely fills out the sound a lot more with the live stuff, running the backing tracks and stuff like that as well too. So, but I mean, in terms of getting in the studio, I mean, and having difficulty doing the tracks, I think some of the stuff is. A couple of the tunes, Not So Hollywood, we wrote out there in LA while we were tracking the record, so that was kind of a studio track. And When the World Stops Spinning was a co-write with John Feldmann that we kind of just started out acoustically and formatted around that. So, I think for us that's kind of a little more stressful because you're kind of doing it on the fly. I mean, we demo stuff and we revise demos, and we're always demoing tracks. So when we went out there to do the record, we had a handful of demos that were fairly polished already.
Right.
So to do the stuff that you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants, that's a little more
right.
It's a little more stressful for us. But at the end of the day, it turned out pretty well, and we're really happy with the record.
All right, here's Throw the Fight with Not So Hollywood. Be sure to check out their new album, What Doesn't Kill Us, available at Hot Topic and everywhere else. Hey, Ryan, do you want to do the thing?
Hey, guys, this is Ryan Baustert, guitarist for Throw the Fight. You're listening to What's Real 607 New York, your source for 607 music.
Now let's get it back on!
You got your face wild in $1 million town, 6 cars and a head full of nothing, black shades, needle in your arm, daddy's Porsche and a diamond you could choke on, hanging out with your head in the clouds, lame friends and a life in the hills, filled with a pocket full of pills, 'cause that's so Hollywood, so Hollywood. Everybody wants to be a star, baby you can fake it. Give him the spotlight, whoa, green is the limelight, whoa, your eyes are on the prize, 'cause that's so Hollywood, not so Hollywood. You got your fast girls, money on your mind, cheap thrills and a breakfast full of white lines, you stay high just to pass the time, that's so Hollywood, so Hollywood. You scream it out but we really don't care, you got the look but it's nothing that I wear, there's no point when you stop and stare, 'cause that's so Hollywood, so Hollywood. Everybody wants to live so large, maybe you can fake it. Give him the spotlight, whoa, green is the limelight, whoa, your eyes are on the prize, 'cause that's so Hollywood, not so Hollywood. Give him the spotlight, whoa, green is the limelight, whoa, so let them make it to why you can, 'cause that's so Hollywood, not so Hollywood. We're never gonna be like you, we're never gonna be like you, we're never gonna be misused, we're not so Hollywood, so Hollywood. We're never gonna be like you, we're never gonna be like you, we're never gonna be misused, we're not so Hollywood, so Hollywood. We're never gonna be like you, we're never gonna wear your shoes, we're never gonna be like you, we're not so Hollywood, so Hollywood. Give him the spotlight, whoa, green is the limelight, whoa, your eyes are on the prize, 'cause that's so Hollywood, not so Hollywood. Give him the spotlight, whoa, green is the limelight, whoa, so let them make it to why you can, 'cause that's so Hollywood, not so Hollywood.
I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then you.
Throw the Fight, Bloodshot Eyes.
You stop believing with bloodshot eyes, you see right through me, so paranoid, I trapped you in my life.
Hail to the king, baby.
Break of Aggression, The Reaping.
Ask me about my wiener! Ask me about my wiener!
Do me a favor, ask me about my wiener really quickly.
Hey, ask me about my wiener!
East-West Experiment. What makes you tick?
See
What the hell are you?
What's the Real 607 Binghamton? Your source for Binghamton music. 100% real, raw, and uncensored.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
What's the Real 607 Binghamton? Your source for Binghamton music. 100% real, raw, and uncensored.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm the dude, CJ Wachter, here with Mike Burrell from East West Experiment and Ryan Baustert from Throw the Fight. Welcome back. We got a couple of questions for Ryan still. Mike, you're up.
So as far as some of those things that you do in the studio, explain like some of the interesting segues that you use to start your songs. Like you might have some sort of little, people in the audience, sort of club, sort of almost drum machine introduction before you go into this heavy rock song, or you might have some electronic stuff. Like explain these segues, and do they represent like different genres or directions or styles that you imagine your band going into, or imagining your band as something different, remixed in a different way? Is it a calling card to electro fans or club peeps that they can find elements of your heavy songs to get into, or how do you go about those introductions and segues?
Honestly, it's just a matter of developing the sets where we're saying, well, we've got to play for 45 minutes. Well, this song segues into that song because it starts and ends in the same key, and then we'll basically for example, Bloodshot Eyes, the first song on the record, it's got kind of it's a guitar riff in the intro, but it sounds like it's a keyboard riff because of the effects that were added on it at the end. So we'll play that, we'll start the set with that, but we'll loop that, and so we can kind of build up to it. Just basically taking a lot of the electronic elements that are in there and expanding on them and kind of bringing them a little more to the forefront in certain parts. But it's very much planned.
Right.
I don't want to say it's like it's spontaneous, but at the same time, there's definitely a method to the madness for sure.
Well, you do have to plan to be effective, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's cool because, look, I haven't found two songs that sound the same. Like, you guys have different ranges, and they dabble in different kinds of styles, and it's really cool. Like, some of it sounds a little bit like Breaking Benjamin to me, or Bullet for My Valentine for sure, or depending on, or sometimes it even sounds a little bit like Five Finger Death Punch. And it gets a little hard every now and then, and it's like that's really awesome. So it's a really good song range, and it's a great use of dynamics. The synergy is really awesome, and it's nice for.
He forgot to mention Barry Manilow, but we'll leave that one out.
But yeah, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
Honestly, we've always been the first ones to say that we're not really trying to reinvent the wheel here. We're just trying to write strong rock songs with catchy melodies and maybe some heavier parts here and there. We're really trying to appeal to a wide range of rock fans, basically. So that's kind of what we've always wanted to be about from day one.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I have a question from Daniel Polkarak, part of Dr. EF and the Rudimentary of Sound. He wants to know your favorite venue before you were signed and why, and could you describe the moment you knew you made it? If you feel like you made it. You might be so busy right now that you're just too busy doing it.
It's funny. We're always trying to make it. I guess our definition of making it, quote unquote, is being able to make a living off of this and support our families and stuff like that. And we're not quite there yet. We're all still working day jobs on top of it, but we're really getting close to making that jump into doing the music full time here. So that's kind of our definition of making it. But in terms of going back to the venues, when we got to do a show, I think it was probably 2008 or 2009 at an arena here in Minnesota with we had to open for Papa Roach and Bug Cherry and Avenged Sevenfold. I think there was like 10 or 11,000 people there. So that was definitely probably the best show we've ever gotten to do, and probably the highlight of my entire life at this point.
Right.
Hell yeah, dude. That's wicked cool.
So, like, as far as, like, when you're trying to make a living and you're trying to gig and promote and everything like that, What sort of mistakes have you guys possibly made and learned from as far as gigging and booking gigs, promotion, or support slots or whatever? Did anything ever go wrong that taught you a lesson and then help you to correct and improve what your endeavors entail?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the very first lessons that we learned the hard way, and I think every band can relate to this, is that you want to make sure you get everything in writing. So when you are playing a show, you make sure that you have a performance contract in writing with the venue or with whoever the talent buyer is. And at the end of the day, it's still not going to guarantee you're going to get screwed, but people are less likely to screw you over if you've got something in writing. But,
right.
When we were first starting out, we would, there have been times where we would drive halfway across the country, and not getting paid, not got paid. So, it's kind of like lesson learned, and I think every band has that happen to them at some point or another. But, now we're at the point where we'll go and play anywhere, but we need to make sure, our expenses are getting covered and we're not losing money on the trip either. So, it's like now at this point, we've got to pay our tour manager and we've got to pay an agent, and everyone else is getting paid before we do. So, if we get an offer to go play somewhere and the expenses aren't getting covered, then we just can't do it, So that's
right.
kind of the difference for us these days, compared to years ago when we were just starting out. We'd drive across the country and we didn't really care, but, it's a different story now because we've got mortgages and families and stuff like that. So,
right,
you have to be a little more smart about it, but you definitely want to make sure everything's in writing and you have performance contracts and all that stuff for playing live.
Definitely.
Yeah, we got to get more of that going on around here, because I don't think... It's the bar scenes, man. We got about 20 or 30 bars, give or take, or whatever, and I think, it's more based on fun, of course, around here and all of that, but I don't think there's a lot of that going on. But I got a question from Sean Swart, doing a project called Irrectangle. He wants to know, how does it feel to influence so many people with the use of your talents, and what kind of effect does being a signed band have on your creation of music? Does it feel more like a job now, or does it motivate you even more?
I don't think it feels like a job, and it really doesn't affect the creation. We write what we like to write, and we play what we like to play, not what the label is telling us to do or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is that, we have someone supporting us that's able to get the stuff out to a wider audience. So, that's kind of the difference with, having the label backing, but they're not really driving the sound per se. But as far as affecting people, it's crazy. You never really think that when you're writing a song in your practice spot, that someone halfway around the world is going to hear it and relate to the lyrics. But, it's definitely touching, and it's one of the reasons why we love doing this stuff, and we continue to do it, because, this is how many times, how many people can say that they have a job where they do that,
Absolutely, man. That's excellent, and it's also what we're trying to do with this radio station. So look, man, we want to tell you about a couple of bands in our area that are doing really good for themselves. Lila Ignite especially, I think it is very complimentary to you guys, and they're a really hardworking band. They're all about the DIY sense. They've done Warped Tour before. They used to be the Heisman hopefuls, and they're a really excellent band. They work hard. They bought themselves a screen printer. They're making their own T-shirts and their merchandise and stuff. And they bought a van. They're doing a tour. They've done that over the summer. They went out for a couple of weeks at a time. And Freaks of the Forest just got done with a new EP. It sounds excellent. It's kind of like it has a Black Sabbath feel. It's new. It's nice stuff. Drop Clutch bears on electronic metal. East-West Experiment, of course, we have Mike Burrell here in the studio. Mob Day, Break of Aggression, Elevator Death Squad, all of those guys are really awesome bands, and I'll send it forward to you. Thanks for being with us, man. We consider this a historic moment here at What's Real 607. We're a do-it-yourself internet radio station whose sole mission is to expose our local bands and make sure they get airplay and the press they deserve. By you being here with us today, it confirms my belief that we're all in this together, and that only by working together can any one of us move forward. Thank you very much, Ryan, for being on our show.
Yeah,
no problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate your time, man, and you've given a lot of information that could help a lot of bands who are listening, as well as people who just like music in general, and they may like your ethic and how you go about doing your things. And really like the album. It's nice and heavy, but it's very catchy at the same time in a way that gives you something to kind of think about and groove to and rock to. And we really appreciate your time, Ryan.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate yours.
Congratulations, be safe and good luck on the tour, and that's really awesome, man. Congratulations, fuck yeah. That's
thank you so much.
Hell yeah, man.
What the hell are you?
What's the Real 607 Binghamton? Your source for Binghamton music. 100% real, raw, and uncensored.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
What's the Real 607 Binghamton? Your source for Binghamton music. 100% real, raw, and uncensored.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm the dude that brings us an end to our special episode of What's Real 607 Binghamton, your source for Binghamton music, with Mike Burrell from East West Experiment and Ryan Baustert from Thrill the Fight. Go check out their new album, What Doesn't Kill Us, available on Hot Topic and everywhere else. If you can, go check them out on tour with Nonpoint. I want to thank all of the local bands that submitted questions to Ryan. You guys came up with a lot of intelligent questions, and you know, we're lucky we got somebody that can answer all those kinds of technical questions about the music industry and things like that, because, you know, some people would be like, well, you know, whatever, dude, I just play bass, or I just play drums, man, so ask me about drums and I'll tell you everything you fucking want to know. But I don't know anything about all the other stuff because the other guy in the band handles all that shit, and I'm just the drummer, dude. So, you know, we were lucky to get Ryan on our show, and he gave us a really great interview, and I really appreciate it very much. So, to all the singer, songwriter, band members, musicians, artists out there in the greater Binghamton area, thank you very much for sending us all of your music. We couldn't do this show without you. We really appreciate everything that we're able to do, and thank you very much. Alright, I'm the dude. I'm out of here. Peace!
Take care now. Bye-bye then.
I'll catch you on the flip side.